Hello. How's everybody doing tonight? It is great to see a good crowd out here tonight. Thanks for being here and thanks for showing your support. My name is Paul Young. I spell my last name Junge, so if I don't get to everything I'm hoping to tonight, please go to my website, which is my name, PAULJUNGE.com. But I'm here tonight because we have an important mission going on, and it's only 19 days away. The first part of that mission is we must re-elect President Donald J. Trump. 4 more years. Let's hear it for the president. One thing we've learned the last 2 years is that we also need to have a House of Representatives that will work with the president and not be fighting the president and seeking to impeach the president. That's why I'm running for Congress, because we need a House that will work with President Trump. Most of you know I'm running in Michigan's 8th district. That's Ingham County, that's Livingston County, and that's North Oakland County. It's been a Republican district for 18 years. President Trump won this district by 7% of the vote. And 19 days from today, we are going to win it back and send Paul Young to Congress. We're going to do that by defeating Alyssa Slotkin. And I know now those honks and those are about getting rid of Alyssa Slotkin, making her a one-term member. We have to do it because she is not who she seems to me. She does not do what she says she will do. When she ran 2 years ago, she said she would not impeach President Trump, and instead, she was an instigator of impeachment, and she voted for both articles of impeachment. We got to get her out. Alyssa Slotkin has said that she'd be a moderate, she'd be bipartisan, and she's anything but. She votes with Nancy Pelosi 96% of the time. She's voted on final passage of bills in the House 100% of the time. It's not just that she's a terribly left-wing partisan member of Congress, but her actions cost Michigan's 8th district. When the HEROES Act, that $3.4 trillion abomination from Pelosi came out, with $1,200 payments to illegal immigrants, with get-out-of-jail-free cards for criminals, with a ban on voter ID, with giveaways to high earners, to high taxpayers, all of these things, it's not just me that says these were wrong. 14 Democrats voted against that bill. They said this is Washington politics at its worst. Those Democrats said that this was provisions in the bill that had nothing to do with coronavirus, and they said it would delay coronavirus relief. And those Democrats were right. But unfortunately, Alyssa Slotkin, being the left-wing Nancy Pelosi voter that she is, she voted for that bill, and she continues to be a problem for the people of the 8th District. That's why we're going to get rid of her. I'd like to tell you just a little bit about myself and talk to you and how my experience demonstrates the threat that we're seeing in this country, and that I'll be there to help us stand up and fight for what's right. I've had 2 jobs, well, 3 at least, that I should tell you about. One, my dad built a business maintaining military family housing. I was pleased to work in that, and so when I get to Washington, I'll know something about job creation and how to get the economy moving again. I'm also a former criminal prosecutor. I worked in a domestic violence unit to protect battered women and abused children. And the third job I wanted to talk to you about is I worked in the Trump administration. I worked at U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service to enforce our immigration laws and secure our border. When I get to Washington, I'm going to support the president and put America first. In 2 of those jobs, as a prosecutor and working in the Trump administration, I swore an oath. I put up my hand and I promised to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. What we're seeing around this country today is too many Democrats who will not live up to their oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. We see its the worst examples of those are coming in left-wing cities where we are seeing rioting, we are seeing looting, we are seeing violence, we are seeing destruction of property. We cannot let that stand. The Democrats want to defund the police. We must defend the police. when I get to Washington, we have got to replace Nancy Pelosi and send her back to her hair salon in San Francisco. And we know she's part of the failure because there was a journalist about 5 weeks ago who committed an act of journalism and challenged the speaker when these mobs are tearing down statues. And they said to Pelosi, if there's going to be a removal of a statue, shouldn't it come after a hearing, and shouldn't that be done by a public body? And what did Pelosi say? People will do what people will do. That toleration and encouragement, frankly, of mob violence, mob action, of rioting and looting is simply unacceptable. We deserve better. And that better starts in 19 days. As I open, I want to close. 19 days from now, we must re-elect President Donald J. Trump. Here in the state of Michigan, we need to send John James to the U.S. Senate. And with your help, we can send Paul Young to the U.S. House of Representatives to stand up for this country, stand up for the people of the 8th District, stand up for Michigan. Thank you very much. It's been great seeing you this evening. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage Mashawn Maddock.
Hello, Michigan.